have it here with a full body toning workout on your mat, applying Pilates principles. We're going to be using light weights, 3 pounds or less. We want to use light weights because it's continuous movement. If you don't have weights, you can also use water bottles or 2 cans of food. Let's get started. We're going to start this workout with a warm-up on all fours. So let's go ahead and come onto all fours in a quadruped position. Wrists in line with elbow, in line with shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. All right, so just starting with that neutral spine. Take an inhale, exhale, round the back into cat. And then inhale to cat. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Rounding, flexing the spine. Inhaling to extend it. One last round. All right, now moving the body in lateral flexion. So we're going to take our right leg, we're going to swing it over to the side, and we're going to look over the right shoulder. And now we're going to take that foot, cross it over the left foot, now looking over the left shoulder. So just swinging that foot right to left and following the foot from one side to the other. Just warming up the sides of the body. Last round. Okay, good. Same thing on the other side. You're going to swing the left foot out to the side, looking over that shoulder, and then up and over the right foot. Following that foot from left to right. Last two. All right, now moving the spine in rotation. You're going to reach that right arm up and then thread the needle. Inhale to reach and then exhale to thread. 3 more. 2. Last one. All right, let's go ahead and put that right hand back to its place on the mat. Now reaching the left arm out and threading the needle. Inhale to open, exhale to thread. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we're gonna start with our back, working our back, doing a row. So we're gonna grab both weights. We're gonna crisscross the weights, coming back onto all fours. You're gonna reach your arm forward, and then you're gonna pull. The elbow comes just beyond the waist. Keeping the movement nice and smooth. Working the lats. Nice. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, up and over to the other side. Placing that right hand directly underneath the elbow and shoulder. Reaching that left arm slightly forward and pulling. That elbow goes just above the waist. Keep that movement nice and smooth. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, we're going to set the weights aside and then back into that quadruped position. We're going to reach the right arm forward, the left leg back, keeping the hips level. Inhale, exhale, and switch. Left arm forward, right leg back. Hips nice and even. Inhale, exhale, and switch. One more on each side. Working that core. Okay, good. All right, now go ahead and pick up your weights again. You can either use one weight or two weights. Now working the triceps. Elbows right by that waist again, and then you're going to extend the arm and then bend it. Keeping the elbow stationary right by the waist. Keep that head in line with the neck and the shoulders, that upper back. Four more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. On to the other side. So again, you can use one weight or two. You choose. Elbow right by the waist. Extend, and then bring it back in. Keep that movement nice and smooth, taking the momentum out of it. Four more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. We're going to make our way onto a seated position. Go ahead and grab your weights. We're going to do some half roll downs and some arm work. So go ahead and reach your arms out in front of you. Take an inhale, exhale, tuck the tailbone under, and then roll on down. Take a big inhale here, and then exhale to round forward, and then stack the spine, bone by bone. Come to that nice tall seated position. Get ready to roll on back. Inhale, exhale, tuck and roll. Maybe going down a little bit further this time. Let's pause. Take an inhale, exhale, round forward. Rebuild the spine, stacking it bone by bone. Again, inhale to prepare. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under and roll on down. Take a little pause right here. And then inhale, back forward, round over, flex the spine, and then stack the spine. This time we're going to bring the palms facing the ceiling. We're going to roll on back halfway. So tuck and roll on back. Hold it here. Come into those bicep curls. Elbows are pointed forward. These are exercises that we do on the Pilates Reformer. Moving slowly with control. Using your breath. It's one breath, one movement. Inhale to open, exhale to flex. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten out those arms. Take an inhale. Exhale, round forward. Rebuild the spine. Now we're going to move in rotation. So we're not going to lean as far back as we did before. Reach those arms out in front of you. And then you're going to pull one elbow back. Look over that shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, the other elbow comes back. Looking over that shoulder. Always coming back to that nice tall seated position through the center. Maybe with each repetition, looking over that shoulder a little bit further. Keeping the movement nice and smooth. Slow and controlled. One more on each side. Let's go ahead and bring it back to center. Now we're going to set our weights aside and we're going to roll on down onto our backs. So go ahead and reach those arms out in front of you. Take an inhale. Exhale, tuck and roll on down. Bone by bone. Lower spine, mid spine, upper spine. The head lands last. Let's walk those feet in a little bit. All right, so your feet should be about hip bone distance apart in parallel. We're going to start with some articulating bridges as we're in this position. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, tuck your tailbone towards you. Lift your glutes, your lower spine, mid spine, upper spine. Take a big sip of air at the top. Exhale, drop the sternum down first and roll down the upper spine, mid spine, lower spine, tailbone lands last. Two more like this. Inhale, exhale, tuck and roll on up. Big sip of air at the top. And then exhale, lowering down bone by bone, starting at the top. The tailbone lands last. One last time. Inhale, exhale, tuck, draw those abs in, lift up. Pause, big sip of air here. Exhale, roll on down. Okay, now we're going to do flat back bridging. So we're still keeping that spine neutral, but we're going a little bit faster and without the articulation. So lifting and lowering, lift and lower, lift and lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, so now we're going to take our weights. We're going to crisscross them again. We're going to lift our hips up into a bridge. Arms out to the side, gold post position, and we're going to come into a chest press, a one-arm chest press. So the weight on one arm and that opposite arm is just mirroring it. Try to keep those hips steady. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, go ahead and lower those hips on down and place the weights into the other hand. Take an inhale, exhale to lift the hips up, and then come back into that one-arm chest press. Trying to keep those hips steady, nice and even from one side to the other. Keeping that movement nice and smooth. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower your hips on down. And then we're going to place the weights in both hands. Now bringing those hips up once again. Now reaching both arms up towards the ceiling. The hands are about shoulder width distance apart. And then you're going to come into a chest fly. So you have those arms moving. We're going to add the hips now. So as the arms come down, the hips come down. I should say as the arms open, the hips come down. And when the hips come up, just think about squeezing your glutes. It's an inhale to open, exhale to bring it together. almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. All right. So now we're going to bring that left leg, bring the ankle on top of the right thigh. We're going to reach both arms up towards the ceiling. Let's start with tricep extensions. Just the arms to begin. And then now, as you extend the arms up towards the ceiling, you lift the hips up into your one-legged bridge. You're trying to keep the elbow stationary, pointed up towards the ceiling. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Left foot onto the ground. The right ankle goes on top of that left thigh. Let's just start with the arms to begin. Tricep extensions. And now let's add the hips. As the hips come up, the arms extend and reach towards the ceiling. Four more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's go ahead and set down our weights. Float the legs in tabletop position. Hands behind the head, elbows wide, little space between the chin and chest. Take an inhale, exhale to lift and lower. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go right into our Pilates crisscross. Opposite armpit heads towards the opposite knee. Coming into rotation. Inhale through the center. Exhale as you twist. The elbows stay wide. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's go ahead and grab those weights again. We're going to reach them up towards the ceiling and both legs up towards the ceiling. We're going to reach those arms up towards the feet. Reach those weights up and up. Exhaling on the way up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and bring those legs back into tabletop position. And now we're going to bring the weights overhead and then back up to the starting position, perpendicular to the floor. So as we're reaching the arms over our head, we're trying to keep those lower ribs anchored onto the mat. Keeping the movement nice and smooth. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold it here. And now the opposite arm and leg are going to extend. These are called dead bugs. Inhale to open, exhale to bring it back in. Keep those abs nice and tight. Stretch that opposite leg long. Inhale to open, exhale to bring it back in. One more on each side. All right, let's go ahead and set those weights aside. Stretch those legs long onto your mat. Reach the arms overhead. Give yourself a nice little spine stretch here. Let's bring the knees to the chest. Just rock from side to side to release our lower back. Stretch both legs long again. We're going to come into one roll up. Take an inhale. Exhale to roll on up. All right. Now we're going to make our way onto our sides. Okay, so now making your way into a side lying position, hip stack, shoulder stack. Nice uplift here. We're going to start with leg lowers, and then we'll add in the arms. So we're going to do an overhead press with the weight as the leg lifts. Keeping the movement nice and smooth. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so now we're going to do presses. So hovering that top leg, you're going to press the leg out. The foot is flexed as if you're pressing against something. Like a one-legged leg press, I should say. So let's bring that arm back up towards the ceiling. And now we're going to do another tricep exercise, overhead tricep extension. The weight comes back behind your head. Elbow stays stationary. You're pushing that foot as if you're resisting against something. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Let's go ahead and flex the knees, align the heels with the glutes. Now moving into clamps. So we're going to lift the heels. The toes are resting on the mat. And then you're just going to open up through the knees. The heels stay connected. Let's go ahead and add the arms now in in and out rotation. So the elbow's just resting right by your hip. Your forearm's about a 90-degree angle from your bicep. Almost there. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Let's go ahead and make our way onto the other side. Aligning yourselves at the back of your mat. Let's start with the leg lowers. Lifting and lowering that top leg. Let's go ahead and add that overhead press. As the leg lifts, the arm extends up towards the ceiling. Keeping that movement nice and smooth. Using that breath. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Now going back to those one-legged presses. Flex the foot, flex the knee, and then stretch the leg long. We're ready for those triceps, so reach the arm up towards the ceiling, and then bring the weight behind your head, keeping that elbow as stationary as you can. Keep it. Keeping that leg parallel to the ground. The movement stays nice and smooth. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Let's go ahead and bend both knees, aligning them with the glutes. The bottom leg is resting. The heel is lifted, heels connected. Open up at the knee and then bring them back together for your clams. Elbow by your side. Open up into in and out rotation with the arm. Keep that breath going. Four more. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. All right. We're going to make our way onto our stomachs. So onto our stomachs. Preparing for baby swan. Palms are face down. Let's engage our glutes and our abs to protect our lower back. Forearms down as well. Take an inhale to lift, and then exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. The head and neck stay in line with that upper back. And then now let's go ahead and transition to that full swan. Slide the hands right by the shoulders, and inhale to lift, and exhale to lower. 2 more. All right, let's go ahead and shift onto all fours. This is optional. You can place the weight right behind the knee. And then you're going to come on back onto your forearms. And then you're just going to lift and lower that leg. Working those glutes. Starting with full range of motion. The knee comes close to the mat. And then you reach the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that knee up and just do little pulses. Pulse, 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 pulse. Working those glutes. The movement is really small, about 3 inches. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Now coming onto your hands, finishing off this side with hydrants. Knees come together, then apart. Keeping that movement smooth. Getting that full range of motion in. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, on to the other side. Place the weight just behind the knee on the other leg, coming back onto the forearms, and then lifting and lowering, getting that full range of motion in first. The knee comes close to the mat, and then lift the foot up towards the ceiling. Working those glutes. Moving the leg with control. Abs are tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that knee up high and come into little pulses. Going up, up. Again, the movement is real small. Keep it going. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now keep the weight there. Coming into hydrants now. Starting with the knees together and then bringing that leg out to the side. Getting that full range of motion in. Keep that movement nice and smooth. Head stays up in line with the neck and your upper back. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right. We're just going to need one weight for this exercise. We're going to come into a plank position. The weight is just behind your wrist. So coming into that high plank position, holding that perfect plank, and then you're going to grab the weight and drag it across. From one side to the other, just below the wrist. Feel free to drop the knees here. Keep those hips steady. Coming down to the home stretch. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Let's go ahead and roll out those wrists. We're going to finish off with a few mermaid stretches. So go ahead and line your shin with your mat, the feet over towards your right. Set that spine nice and tall. Take an inhale to reach that left arm up and over, stretch. Inhale, center. Reach that opposite arm up and over. Inhale, center. Right arm comes up and over. Hold it here. You're going to turn to look towards your mat. Scoot your left hand back, coming into that torso stretch. And slowly make your way out of it. That right bicep tracks right over the ear. Inhale, center. Stack the spine. Reach that left arm up and over. Inhale, back to center. And then bring the legs up and over to the other side. Aligning your shin with the mat. Sit up nice and tall. Reach that left arm up and over. Inhale, back to center. That right arm comes up and over. Inhale, center. Left arm reaches, stretching out that whole side of the body. And you're going to turn towards your mat, scooting that right hand back. Hold it for a breath or two. And slowly make your way out of it. That left bicep tracks right over the ear. Inhale through the center. And then come into that counter stretch. Good job. I'll see you next time.